Kwame Nkrumah was more than just Ghana's first president. He was a visionary leader. Nkrumah had a dream for Ghana. He wanted a Ghana free from colonial rule. He yearned for a nation that could stand tall on the world stage. His vision was of a modern, industrialized Ghana. This new Ghana would be a beacon of hope for the African continent. He believed in Pan-African unity. Nkrumah wanted to see a united Africa free from poverty and oppression. Nkrumah's government embarked on ambitious projects. They built schools, hospitals, and factories. The Akosombo Dam, a testament to Nkrumah's vision, was constructed to provide electricity for the nation. His policies aimed to lift Ghana and its people out of poverty. He wanted to create a society where every Ghanaian had access to education, healthcare, and a good life. His dream resonated with many Ghanaians. They saw in him a leader who truly cared for their well-being. Nkrumah's vision extended beyond Ghana's borders. He championed the cause of liberation movements across Africa. He provided support to those fighting for independence from colonial rule. His voice became a symbol of hope for a continent yearning for freedom. Nkrumah's Ghana became a haven for Pan-Africanists from across the continent. It was a place where they could meet, strategize, and dream of a united and liberated Africa. However, Nkrumah's ambitious plans came at a cost. His focus on rapid industrialization and social programs led to economic challenges. His strong leadership style also drew criticism. Some saw him as becoming increasingly authoritarian. Despite these challenges, Nkrumah remained a popular figure for many. His dream of a free and prosperous Ghana and a united Africa continued to inspire. On February 24, 1966, Ghana experienced a seismic shift in its political landscape. A military coup d'etat toppled Kwame Nkrumah's government. This event sent shockwaves not only through Ghana but across the African continent. The coup leaders accused Nkrumah of economic mismanagement and authoritarianism. They claimed their actions were necessary to save Ghana from ruin. The coup was led by a group of military officers. Colonel E.K. Kotoka, Major A.A. Afrifa, and Lieutenant General retired J. Ingsa Ankra were key figures in the overthrow. They swiftly took control of key government institutions. The coup plotters announced the dissolution of parliament and the suspension of the constitution. Nkrumah, on a state visit to Vietnam, was suddenly ousted from power. The news of the coup was met with mixed reactions in Ghana. Some celebrated the downfall of Nkrumah, blaming him for the country's economic woes. Others mourned the end of his rule, fearing what the future held under military leadership. The coup marked a turning point in Ghana's history. It shattered the dream of a stable and prosperous nation that Nkrumah had so carefully constructed. The coup ushered in a period of political instability in Ghana. The military government, now in control, struggled to consolidate power. The promises of economic recovery and a return to democratic rule remained unfulfilled. Instead, Ghana entered a cycle of coup and counter-coups. The dream of a united and prosperous Africa, so passionately advocated by Nkrumah, seemed to slip further away. The coup had a profound impact on Ghana cities, Pokam, trajectory, leaving a legacy of instability that would take decades to overcome. The 1966 coup that ousted Kwame Nkrumah remains a controversial event. Allegations of foreign involvement, particularly by the United States Central Intelligence Agency (CIA), have persisted over the years. Some believe the CIA saw Nkrumah's socialist leanings and close ties with the Soviet Union as a threat. They point to declassified US government documents as evidence of the CIA's role in destabilizing Nkrumah's government. These documents, while not explicitly confirming direct CIA involvement in the coup, suggest a keen interest in Nkrumah's removal. The CIA had been monitoring Nkrumah's activities for years. They were concerned about his growing influence in Africa and his alignment with communist countries. The documents reveal covert operations aimed at undermining Nkrumah's government. These included propaganda campaigns designed to discredit him and his policies. The extent of the CIA's involvement in the coup remains a subject of debate. Some historians argue that while the CIA may have played a role in creating a climate conducive to the coup, there is no conclusive evidence of their direct involvement in its execution. They point to internal factors within Ghana, such as dissatisfaction with Nkrumah's rule within the army and among some segments of the population, as the primary drivers of the coup. Despite the lack of a smoking gun, the allegations of CIA involvement continue to cast a shadow over the 1966 coup. They serve as a reminder of the complex geopolitical realities of the Cold War era. The events in Ghana highlight how smaller nations often became pawns in the larger ideological struggle between superpowers. Whether or not the CIA directly orchestrated the coup, their actions contributed to the destabilization of Kwame Nkrumah's government, ultimately paving the way for his downfall. The overthrow of Kwame Nkrumah marked a turning point in Ghana's history. The immediate aftermath of the coup was a period of political instability and economic uncertainty. The military government, while promising a return to democracy and economic prosperity, struggled to deliver on these promises. The years following the coup saw a series of military regimes, each grappling with the challenge of governing a nation still reeling from the loss of its charismatic leader. The coup also had a profound impact on Ghana's economic trajectory. Nkrumah's ambitious industrialization projects, while well-intentioned, had placed a strain on the country's resources. The subsequent military governments, often more focused on consolidating power than on economic development, struggled to manage the economy effectively. Ghana's economic growth stagnated and the country's once bright prospects dimmed. However, the legacy of Kwame Nkrumah continues to loom large in Ghana. His vision of a united and prosperous Africa, while unrealized in his lifetime, continues to inspire generations of Ghanaians. His contributions to Ghana's independence and his efforts to champion the cause of Pan-Africanism earned him a place as one of the most significant figures in African history. Today, Ghana is a democracy once again. The country has made significant strides in its economic development. However, the legacy of the 1966 coup continues to shape the nation's political landscape. The coup serves as a reminder of the fragility of democracy and the importance of good governance. It also highlights the enduring impact of the Cold War on the African continent, where the pursuit of ideological dominance often came at the expense of the aspirations of newly independent nations.